Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the League vs. League clash tonight at Monza. We're in round 3. This is a league with a bit of a difference. Obviously 4 leagues from across South Africa coming together. 5 drivers representing each league. As I say that, we only have 16 drivers on the grid. Hopefully some more will join during qualifying. But the format is 5 drivers from each league. They don't race as individuals, and they race as a team. Obviously Monza needs no introduction. Temple of speed. It's all about its long straights and its tight chicanes. Obviously I'm not Fernando, the usual voice you'll hear on a Friday night for JPR. And I hope all that are watching enjoy. I'm not alone tonight. I'm not going to be talking to myself. So I actually have Shane in the comms box with me, sort of in the comms box. He's sort of in 2 places at once. Evening, Shane. Look at that, we have had some people join during qualifying. We've just gone up from 16 to 18. Hopefully we can get it up to 20. So far we have 10 cars out on track. So 1 driver not expected to show up. So hopefully a full grid of 19. Busy race circuit, but everyone on outlaps. Now Notsumi goes over the line to start his first fast lap of the night. Remember, it's not a full qualifying session, no Q1, Q2, Q3. This will set the grid for tonight's 27 lap race. Just a 15-minute session, not a lot of time. 5.7 or 5.6 kilometer circuit, so one of the longer circuits on the calendar. Doesn't seem like it because it's so fast. Obviously, as mentioned, 4 leagues come together for this race. Those leagues are SA, FRL, SKR, DRS, and obviously JPR. Apmagozi now sets the first lap time of the night. It's a 1:22.9. It's immediately beaten Andre, taking a 1:20.7. And Venom coming in second with a 22.5. Top Gun goes over the line. 21.1, briefly second, beaten now by Visor. 20.8, just a tenth of a second between the top 2. Hopefully weather doesn't play a part, and hopefully not too many safety cars play a part. While we were talking, two lap times went better. I don't know how to pronounce that name. CHX. Is that, I don't know, CHX double DA. Well, he's on provisional pole with a 119.5. And then Aphrodox in second with a 119.8. Duh, let's call him Duh. As we're talking, new fastest lap, 19.4. Venom. Just 12 minutes remain. If you have not set a lap time, as 9 cars have not set a lap time yet, better get out there. Oh, I see. Okay, that works. That works. The name I couldn't pronounce is said Cheddar. Cheddar. As in the cheese, I guess. Cheddar. So there we go, that makes sense. Just a race from start to finish. We ride now with DRS Rotor, yet to set a lap time. Let's ride on board with him now. No lap time, currently P15. That's where he would start if he doesn't manage to get a lap time down. And I am yet to see the added feature of a red flag in this game. Oh well. DRS Rotor now goes over the line. Does he set the lap time? Looks like he was charging up for another run. Could not set a lap time, so I wonder if that was invalidated. Nam Assassin, another driver, yet to set a lap time. Currently P14. That's right, cheddar cheese. Thanks to everyone in the comment section for helping me out with that. We have already 7 live viewers, just 5 minutes into quali. Be sure to share the video with all the other drivers. Ride now with Nam Assassin on board as he goes around the final corner, the famous Parabolica. Heads onto the very wide main straight, activates DRS, goes over the line, and it's a 120.9, it's good enough for 10th. Pompoon, another driver, still in the pits with no lap time. No change at the front. Venom still a 119.4. And we've got Cheddar in second. Thanks comment section, that's a 19.5. Just 0.04 of a second between the two. In the top 5 we have one of each. Actually, JPR has 2 in the top 5. Still a lot of lap times to come. Some fast drivers still yet to set a lap time. Some other drivers lower down in the field than they'd expect. So this next run will be crucial. Obviously, it's an interesting race to watch because it's a different concept. You're not going to see drivers from the same team battling very often. You might see what appears to look like team orders during the Ferrari era. Just very obvious moving over. Top Gun goes over the line. Currently in P13, he does improve. He goes to P10, 120.5. 1.1 seconds away from provisional pole. He's still got a bit of time to get back into the pits and have another run, but it will be tight. Can't spend too much time in the pits. Pampun finally out on track, leaving it pretty late. Just the one qualifying session, so no need to save tyres. Leaving it pretty late in the quali section, coming out of the Ascari bend, so crucial to get the traction down. Around Parabolica onto the main straight to set what should be his first lap of the night. It's good enough for third, 1:19.5, and a tenth of a second covers the top three. It's not really a tenth, 600ths of a second cover the top three. You there, Shane? Yeah, I can hear you. So we are very close, top three, just I believe it's 600ths of a second. Only 3 drivers have broken that 1:19 barrier, and they've done it by quite a margin. They're in the mid-19s. Sorry, I'm lying. There's the top 5 have made it into the 1:19s, but only the top 3 into the mid-19s. Venom is out on track, so he thinks he can improve that 1:19.4.59. Cheddar also out on track. Those are the top 2 drivers in the session. Pampun comes into the pits. Just over 4.5 minutes remaining. He can still get out there again. Afrodox currently P5. Comes out of Ascari running a little wide on the exit, but now into Parabolica, where you really need to get this corner right so you can get the optimal traction. You get as close to that pit wall as you can, and that's the fastest lap time of the night. Afrodox a 1:19.3 and provisional pole. Andrew just coming into the pits there. Who will be the next car over the line? It's this man over here, Patman, unless he dives into the pits, which he does not. Currently P17, does he improve? Looks like he was charging up, stays P17. Afrodox, fastest man of the session. Venom P2 in the pits, Cheddar P3 in the pits. Next fastest driver out is Rota. He's currently in P6, 1:20 flat. So, and if you want to see some crazy lap times, look at the lap difference between 6th and 11th. That's a tenth of a second in the midfield. A tenth of a second can take you One mistake on track can take you from 6th down to 11th. Now Rota, and he's backing off. So that's not going to be a fast lap. We'll ride with Buffelsfontein. Thank you to everyone who's joined the stream. Stream is getting busy. Sometimes I forget to look at the comment section, so I do apologize, but I'll try to catch up every now and then. Lots of fans for Afrodox in the comment section. 0.2 of a second, cover the top 5. Not sure if Afrodox is going to have enough time to go out and do another fast lap. He's currently sitting in the pits. Venom, Cheddar and Pampun, the next 3 fastest drivers on track, they're all on out laps. So things will be interesting in about a minute from now. Rota's backing off. Not sure he pulls out of the corner, does he? Or yeah, it looks like he's pulled out of this lap. Ultra Gamer. Again, wide there, Ascari. You just got to be so careful, the invalidated laps. And at that point of the track, you've used most of your ERS, so you can't really go for a second run. Does he dive into the pits? Yes, he does. He dives into the pits. Suppose he wasn't going to improve and didn't want to go all the way around for an in-lap. Ulrich, currently P11, looking to improve. I have a problem with this color car, Shane. The line is the exact same shade of purple. So when you look up at his name, it looks like he's doing the fastest lap. It's like, oh, he's fastest in all 3 sectors. No, he's not. I only noticed it now. I was like, oh wow. That messes up my data a little bit. Some cars have already taken the checkered flag. Venom's gone over the line. Stays P2. He's not going to be able to improve. Afrodox just got over the line, so I think he's still going to have a fast lap. For now, we'll ride with Cheddar. But look at the difference in time, Shane. P3, P4, 0.02 of a second. 19.48, 19.84, 19.86. Cheddar pulls into the pits. Okay, Notsumi comes into the pits. Pompun. He does go fastest. 19.2. Very nice. And as I say that, right behind him, Afrodox at 119.212 and 0.02 of a second decide pole position. Absolutely insane. We have a group of the first 7. We have a group of riders really close together at the front, and then there's a bit of a gap, and then we've got the midfield, which is just insanely tight. So I think it's going to be a good race. Well, there's your results. Afrodox, obviously, he took pole position with a 119.2. Pampun not far behind, he got a 119.2 of his own. Then Venom in 3rd, Ulrich 4th, Cheddar 5th, Notsumi 6th, Buffelsfontein 7th, DRS Rota 8th, Ultra Gamer 9th, I'm not sure what that says. Long, okay, he's in 10th. Then we've got Fergie 11, Visor 12, Top Gun 13, Nam Assassin in 14th. And there's more, there we go. P15, Bosveld, Andre P16, Patman 17, and rounding up the grid with no lap time at Magosi. Oh, thanks, Pat. Oh wow. If you're seeing what I'm seeing, it explains the oh wow. It's I don't know if that's intermediate. That looks pretty decent. So things got even more interesting than we expected. How many of the guys have been practicing? I'm sure a lot of them have been practicing, doing a heck of a lot of laps in preparation. But how many have practiced for this? Heavy fuel tank into the first chicane in the wet. Let's hope for no lap 1 safety cars. Shane, can you just confirm, is there a formation lap? Yes, so no formation lap. We'll be jumping right into the race. Just a bit of a pause as the guys do the final touch-ups to their strategies. And there we go. Red lights are coming on. 5 red lights. They're all off. And we're underway in a very wet Monza circuit. Aphrodox leads for now. Pampun goes towards the inside. Is he going to take it? He does take it, and immediately there's, oh wow. I don't want to say it, but that almost looked like the W Series in Belgium. Not a fantastic start. Up at the front, Pampun leads from Notsumi, the gap 1.2 seconds. They managed to find their way through the mess at the first chicane. Now we have a caution, and I'm just waiting. Hopefully there's no safety car coming up, and virtual safety car. Virtual safety car does come up. That was actually RZDV. He told me that yeah, you could no longer do time trial in the wet. Although using time trial as your only testing is not advisable, because lap 1's going to feel very different from your time trial car. Still got to do a few laps to that heavy fuel tank. Virtual safety car lasting a little longer than expected. Sometimes these are really quick. Comment section, can you not hear Shane at all, or is the audio quality just bad? Just let me know. Still under a caution, but Pampun leads 1.5 seconds the gap. Notsumi second, those two teammates, so I don't think we'll see too much challenging from the two, unless Notsumi is clearly faster. Ultra Gamer currently third, Cheddar fourth, and Rota, I was going to say Rota's in fifth, but as I was going to say that, Venom goes up the inside, takes fifth place. The RS Rota down to 6th, down to 7th, getting flooded by cars. Fergie goes up into 6th. two DNFs early on in the race. Buffelsfontein and Bosveld. Is that the same team, Shane? I think that's that's the same team. I might be mistaken, but if I'm looking at my screen correctly, I think that means there's only only one representative left for them. Around in 4th place. We just got 2 new viewers, so I wonder if that's the 2 drivers that just DNF'd. Let us know what happened. Saw it was a bit of a mess, but let us know what happened. They say they can't hear you at all, Shane. Unfortunately, we're using quite a bit of a complex little setup here, and it was pretty last minute. But we'll try to get Shane's voice up and going. For now, you'll have to listen to my annoying voice. Venom 3rd. Notchumi still 2nd. Pampun leads the race. Clean sweep in the top 3 so far for Team JPR. Cheddar still 4th. Ulrich in 5th. Let's bring up some stats on your screen, because I see an awful amount of penalties for lap 4 of a 27 lap race. So let's just see what those penalties are all about. Pampun, your leader, he's got a 3-second penalty, so that's obviously 4 corner cutting infringements. Notchumi 5 seconds, speeding in the pit lane. Cheddar speeding in the pit lane. Ultra Gamer speeding in the pit lane. And somehow Fergie has 2 speeding in the pit lanes on lap 4. Still no change at the front. Further back, Ulrich in 4th place, having a race of his own. No one really close enough in front of him for him to see them, and his mirrors are pretty empty too. So having a race of his own in 4th place. That is not the case for Rota. Rota's down in 5th, and he's got quite the gaggle of cars behind him. I've seen no DRS involved in the rain. Much easier to defend down these long straights when DRS is not a factor. We've got Panda giving you some advice on your commentary, Shane, saying you shouldn't whisper. So maybe that's the problem. There we go, Shane just rejoining the party. Gonna have another go at this. Let us know if you can hear Shane. Rota now up into P4. Venom has made a pit stop. He was in P3. And because this field is so close together, there we go, Shane.
If you can just confirm in your YouTube chat if guys can hear me.
There we go. Anyone in the comment section, let me know. Can you hear Shane?
Good evening, guys. I'll try not to whisper this time, if it is working out.
So, just to bring up the tire screen, you wouldn't expect to find anything too interesting on the tire screen because they'd all be on wets, but the rain does look visibly softer.
Yeah.
So Venom's come in from 3rd place, and he's put on a set of intermediates.
And that might be a master stroke getting on the inters while everybody's still on the wets, or it could be a disaster.
Let's follow Venom and see his progress. He's actually just made his first position. He was down in 12th. He's now gone past Visor and made it look pretty easy. So I wonder if those tires are exactly what you want to be on right now.
Yeah, it looks like. See what it does, yeah. Wow.
No issues there as he enters Parabolica. That's a ghosting car. So he's up to P10. And we've already got a car in the pits. It's Ultra Gamer. He's in the pits, so that'll be another position for Terra, for Venom. Aphrodox, fastest lap of the race, a 1:31.8.
That's on the wets. We need to see what Venom is able to do here on the inters on this lap. See if we can better that time. Then we know the inters are the tires to be on.
Obviously difficult for the other drivers, but they'll be trying to take note of this. Is Venom making up ground as Ultra Gamer and Andre have taken the same approach just a lap later. Ultra Gamer and Andre, they have gone in and put on intermediates, and this rain does look much better.
Has anyone confirmed if they can hear me yet, Jono?
Still a bit soft, but I can hear you. So don't whisper.
I will not whisper. I will start shouting just now when it gets exciting.
Yeah, there we go. Pampun still out in front. 6.5 seconds is the lead. He's still on a set of wets, as are the top 6 drivers on track. And as I say that, another handful of cars coming into the pits. I believe that's 5 cars coming into the pits. So intermediate seems to be the tyre to be on. And oh look, is this a caution or do we have a safety car? I think we've got a safety car coming up. Top Gun has just DNF'd from the race. And do we have a safety car? I don't know what that was.
It looks like clear track to me.
Okay, we had a caution and they appeared to be going slowly. But now Venom takes another position. Seems like Batman just couldn't. I think you think those wets are overheating.
Yeah, I think it's not wet enough for the wets anymore. And Venom made the right call going in at that stage, and he's gaining places.
It's the first one to do it, and I wonder if he's gonna now jump the 2 cars that were in front of him, Pampun and Nochumi, his teammates. We ride with Venom because we're monitoring his speed. We just had a car there going sideways. Who was that? Seems to have got control of that again. But it looked like something big was going to happen in the background. The gap between Apmagosi and Venom at the start of the last lap was 3.3 seconds. The gap now just 9/10 of a second. So those intermediates definitely the advantage. And as you can see, Nochumi now comes into the pits for a set of intermediates, and he's going to come out behind Venom. Yeah. So Venom got that right.
That was a perfect call. But they're not fighting each other. I think Venom's just trying to stay ahead of the other leagues at this point by making that call.
Obviously, first, second, third, it doesn't really matter what the order is. Those points all go towards the team. There is no Drivers' Championship. So, if you can take a clean sweep of the podium, it really doesn't matter which driver is going to be on the top step.
Yeah. That's maximum points for your league, and that's what this is all about, maximizing the points for your league.
We go most of the field now on intermediates. Ulrich, Apmagosi, Patman, all still on wets. Ampun still out front. He has changed to intermediates, and he leads from Venom by 4.5 seconds. Ultra Gamer, a 3-second penalty. Remember, if we have a safety car towards the end of the race, or something that neutralizes it, these penalties are going to wreak havoc with this leaderboard.
Yeah, that's a guarantee. And we've seen it before, where penalties promote guys and demote them.
As you can see there on screen, first and second place both have 3-second penalties, so those will cancel each other out. Ultra Gamer up to 6, Namassassin up to 8, that's the highest on the grid tonight. Aphrodox 5, and Fergie 5. Seems like a lot of speeding in the pit lane tonight, more than usual.
Yeah, and that might be due to the rain. The breaking point for your pit entry is not where you're used to having it. So
just got to remember to that muscle memory. You've just got to brake a little bit earlier than you would in the dry. You need that. Yeah. You need that extra time. Closest battles we have on track right now is this one here, Namassassin. He's leading Aphrodox, but only by 0.3 of a second. Moves towards the outside. Is he going to do it? Yes, he does. He does it before the chicane even arrives. Very nicely done. No DRS to assist him. That was all slipstream. Still 17 laps to go. I wonder if we're going to see a dry circuit by the end of this. If anyone in the comment section has a indication of what the weather's going to do, let us know.
Yeah, I would love to see a dry session at the end of this. We see all 3 seasons in one race. It would be amazing.
Go from the wet to the inter and maybe have a stint at the end on the softs.
Yeah.
Namassassin going straight on at the chicane, missing his braking point, and he's going to lose a few positions there. Picks up a 5-second penalty. Even though he slowed down quite considerably, he gets a 5-second penalty for jumping the first chicane. Matsumi has regained second place, but that gap now gigantic. 17.5 seconds.
Yeah, Pune has pulled out a massive gap there, and he mentioned to me before this race, he said he's going to go crazy in tonight's race. He's going to give it his all. I think that's what we're seeing.
And obviously another thing is, to win tonight in Monza by a very far distance, it's even more impressive because you're going to have to do it in all the different driving scenarios, wet, inters, yeah, and maybe dries.
I think just the driver we need to watch for to come through the pack is Aphrodox and Ori. They are quite quick.
Aphrodox just behind Cheddar.
Even one safety car, these guys can bunch up together and gain positions on restart like crazy.
You said we haven't seen safety cars in this series yet?
I can't recall if we haven't seen any safety cars, but it's been very minimal. So if we have, it's maybe been 1 or 2 throughout 2 races.
Even on Friday night, we had quite a clean race. Just the one safety car, and it was right in the middle of the race, perfectly placed to cancel out the pit stops. I was going to say no change at the front, but there is a change at the front. Rota has moved up into 3rd place. Venom demoted 1 place down to 4th.
Rota has also started coming into his own recently with the new F123. He's been quite quick recently.
It's all about the time you put in.
Yes.
and the amount of patience you have. If you don't have the patience, you can't put in the time. Right, now up into P2. Matsumi. He's lost a couple of positions. He's down to 4th. No longer a clean sweep in the top 3.
Yeah.
Ultra Gamer is at the back of a snake of cars. And soon he'll be joined by his teammate, Aphrodox, making his way up the field. Followed by Cheddar. At that point, do you try and get past Cheddar, or you just try and follow him through the field?
Well, they're not on the same team. I think Aphrodox needs to try and get past him.
Both extremely quick, and Aphrodox seems to be cutting his way through the field. And here's where the problem sets in. When everybody's in a terrain of slipstream, but Aphrodox has no problem getting past Ultra Gamer. He moves out of the way. And his surge to the front may continue. Next target, Matsumi. Unfortunately, Shane seems to have left the comms box, but he'll be back.
I am still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still there. I don't know. It said there on my screen that you had left the party.
I think that was the share screen that has left the party. So I can now only keep you company. I cannot see what's going on there.
You cannot see what's going on, so you're going to have to listen to my updates. And if I'm speaking in the biggest amount of rubbish, well,
I'll have to believe you.
You're going to have to believe me. Unless you want to watch the stream, and you're going to be about 30 seconds behind what I'm saying. Cheddar's in 7th place. Also trying to make his way up through the field, but Ultra Gamer not making it easy for him. When his teammate got there, Aphrodox, he just moved out of the way. Now defending for everything he's worth. Doesn't want Cheddar to get past. Lap 13 of 27. We're at half distance. Almost half distance.
Okay, I am back and watching.
You're back and watching. You have some data in front of you again. Really tough job that. Doing commentary with no visuals.
Yeah, no, that's almost impossible.
Let's go, guys. The stream looking busy. Thanks to everyone who's watching, everyone who's joined us. Let's look for where are the closest battles on track. These are the closest battles on track. Cheddar now going side by side with Ultra Gamer. He's been trying to get that position for the last 2 laps. Will he get it this time around? They're going to go side by side, and no one's giving an inch into the chicane. And very nicely done. He's on the outside, and now it's going to be all about the exit. Camera angle cuts away, and Cheddar holds position for now. He's got past. He's got past Ultra Gamer. These two still fighting, almost contact there in the chicane. Wonder if there was just a little bit of contact there. Ultra Gamer's dropped back about a second. Now Nam Assassin looking to get past Ulrich in 8th place. Currently outside of the points, that's Fergie in 11th place, Sapmagosi in 12th, Pfizer 13th. I believe that's Langnai in 14th, and Patman 15th. Seen a lot of retirements, obviously still an opportunity for these guys outside of the top 10 to make it into the points as the race goes on. Still a long way to go, just over halfway distance. And I wonder if we're just going to see this light rain continue to linger, or if it's going to disappear and a dry line is going to form, and we're going to have an even more interesting end to this race. Top 3 at the moment: Pampun, Afrodox, and Rota. And obviously, for so many times in this stream tonight, as I say something, the result changes. As I said, Rota in 3rd, Shumi takes the position. And if they swap positions again, well, they swap positions again. Rota back up into 3rd.
And that's not giving Afrodox some space.
Obviously now with those two having a bit of a battle and even having a bit of contact. Now Afrodox doesn't have to worry too much about his mirrors, but a very big gap if he intends to catch Pampun up ahead. He's going to have to find about between 2 and 2.5 seconds a lap. Shumi hasn't given up on 3rd place. And Venom goes straight on at the chicane. We've seen that a few times. Tonight, guys just missing their braking point, or maybe getting too close to a teammate and just backing out. And Venom will not be happy with that. Going sideways on the straight, losing his end plate to the pit wall.
And cost him a few positions.
If there was a drying line, I'd say go and put on a set of slicks, but I can still see raindrops, and now he's gone off the track completely. Obviously that the conditions and a broken wing, recipe for disaster.
Yes. Sergeant Panda, does this sound more like my Slockace stem here? I hope my mic is a bit louder now. I've made some adjustments.
There we go. I think
still struggling.
It sounds better.
Okay, that is good.
I just don't want to switch the sound on my laptop because I'll hear myself.
Yeah, no problem. The guys in the comments can just let us know. But Ultra Gamer, is that a safety car? That's a safety car, John.
That is a safety car. Now what happens? Race is going to be neutralized. Pampun's 31-second gap is going to be forcibly removed. And look at that, Pampun's just got
behind him now.
Pampun's just picked up a drive-through penalty.
No.
Pampun has just picked up a drive-through penalty. Afrodox picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
I've got a feeling at the end of this penalties are going to decide this race, decide our podium.
A lot of them surprisingly have been pit lane infringements, and they've been served. So it looks like that penalties column is very heavily populated, but a lot of those penalties they'll be gone before the end of the race. And now under safety car we have a bit of an interesting scenario, Shane. Some guys are on slicks, but I still see raindrops.
I see a soft tyre and a medium tyre in the mix there so far. A few soft tyres.
Not Shumi, top driver to take a risk. He's in P4 on a set of slicks. Next driver.
Like there's a dry line forming.
It does seem like there's a bit of a dry line forming, but I still see raindrops. And I haven't seen any DRS activation message.
It's possible that Jeff, who hasn't been Jeff for the last 2 seasons, is telling them that it's going to dry up within the next 5 to 10 minutes, and under the safety car, 3 laps, that means the session is dry by the end of the safety car.
Let's be honest, whoever that guy is, we'll just call him Jeff.
To Jeff.
Because he literally just read Jeff's script. So, not Shumi. Currently P4, set of slicks. No longer your top runner on a set of slicks. Your top runner is the leader. So that's going to be a very interesting restart. If he doesn't get the traction he expects, Nam Assassin is going to have easy pickings.
Yeah, and Pampoon will not be able to serve that draft through until the race restarts, so he's definitely going to drop positions. He will not lead after a few laps.
Speaking of dropping positions, Pampoon has now found an Armco barrier, and he's lost his left side end plate.
So he's going to have to pit again and do a drive through. That's more disaster.
If I'm not mistaken, Shane, when he comes in, if he comes in on the next lap to fix that damage, he's going to drive right through the pits. He's going to serve his
safety car.
If it's not on the safety car, that's correct.
Yeah, if he puts now again on the safety car, they're going to replace that wing.
Then hopefully he can still join at the back of the field once the field has been compressed. But if a safety car, if he were to do it after the safety car, well, he'd have to pit twice.
No, he would have to do it now. This is where he would lose the least amount of time. Do it now. Do your drive through a lap or two after a race restarts.
We have 4 retirements. Pampoon's actually gone back into the lead as a result of all the pit stops. Just 2 drivers left on circuit.
And he's pitting for his wing change, I guess.
Still gonna have that drive through hanging over his head. There we go. Another car's gonna fly past on the left. Yes.
And another man I was warning about, Ulrich, now into P2. So we got a JPR 1-2 and a SKR P2 at the moment.
Natsumi now has caught up to your safety car, but if you look at the map on the bottom right hand side of your screen, car's still very spread out. I think the safety car is going to be out for quite some time. Batman almost a lap behind. Obviously what's brilliant about a safety car late on in the race is everyone who thinks they messed up the race but didn't give up, they get a second opportunity. And I don't know if you heard my Max Verstappen stat on Friday night.
I did not.
But I'm going to repeat it because some of you may not have heard it and I think it's damn impressive. So here's the stat. Max Verstappen, since moving to Red Bull, so this doesn't count his Toro Rosso days, since moving to Red Bull he has never lost a position on a safety car restart lap.
Yes, yeah, I remember hearing the stat actually on Friday, but that is very impressive.
That is insane. He did lose positions twice at Toro Rosso by spinning out at the race restart, but never lost a position on a safety car restart in a Red Bull. And while we're under safety car, I'm actually really looking forward to see AlphaTauri next year because if rumors are to be believed, they're not even building a car for next year, Shane. They're running this year's Red Bull. Yeah. They're running this year's Red Bull, and that's a pretty quick car.
Yep. No, that's definitely going to push them up in the midfield. I don't think, even if the Red Bull doesn't get any more upgrades, and that's what they have to race with next year, I think that car's still pretty quick and can definitely challenge higher up in the midfield next year.
Just 3 cars now chasing the queue. 11 of the drivers are already in that queue. safety car. Maybe another lap. We need those cars to catch up so we can get a restart. If we restart now, we'll have 7 laps till the end. There's confirmation. Safety car in this lap. The only terrible thing about that is when you're too far behind, you don't get the benefit. The safety car just sort of abandons you. You're still trying to catch up.
But I think by the time that everybody goes, the cars at the back will all be bunched up with the group. In this case.
Seems to have been the right call for everybody because, oh, the track looks dry. Completely dry.
Yeah, it's fascinating how quick the track dries in this game when the rain stops.
The drainage at Monza is second to none.
Yeah.
Natsumi goes around Parabolica and he gets away. Does he get the jump on Ulrich, or do they keep it pretty close? Looks like they're keeping it pretty close. 0.2 of a second as they go over the start-finish line. And he's not going to do anything silly into turn 1. No, he's not. Not yet. Oh! And that is not what you want to see. Just sideways. Nothing really Natsumi could do there. Just gonna watch Natsumi, see if he has any damage on that car. It doesn't appear so.
His car looks fine. He must just fight to gain places now.
Venom now, your new leader of the race. Aphrodite, he's been fast all race. He's had to come through the field. And he's in second. And what might be crucial there, Shane, he's in second. And if he can make those softs last till the end, I think he's going to have the superior grip. It's only 6 more laps. Not enough time to destroy those softs. So I think he's going to have a benefit till the end.
I definitely think he'll have the benefit of the softs until the end. He will. He might. I mean, Monza is a quick track. The tires might wear quickly, but I still think that the softs will last 6 laps at least.
It's a track all about top speed and straights. But a lot of people forget how important these chicanes are, and when you've got the superior traction out of the chicane, there's not much you can do. But he doesn't need to worry about traction out of the chicane because he's got Venom before the entry to the chicane.
And Venom also has a penalty where Aphrodite does not have, so even if Venom comes back at him, it's going to be a tough one to clear that penalty.
See, these two not teammates, so we should see a battle from these two. Venom does have that penalty hanging over his head, so he'll be hoping for a mistake from the driver in front. And he hasn't made many in the second half of this race. He's come through the field brilliantly. Venom thought about it briefly, just saw his nose cone there just popping out to the side, thinking about it, and quickly ducking behind Aphrodite once more. DRS will become available shortly. But that penalty. Venom has 6 seconds worth of penalties.
And Ulrich and Aphrodite have no penalties.
So Venom has taken the lead. But he would need to open that gap up to 6 seconds. Well, more than 6 seconds, technically, if he wants to win this race. So he's going to have an incredible 4 laps to the end.
Yeah, and his best hope can be that those softs, those five lap old softs are busy giving up, and he can pull that gap with his mediums. But I doubt it. I think Aphrodite is one of those guys that will manage his tire and keep within those 6 seconds.
Cheddar.
At this point of the race, if it had to end now, Aphrodite would drop down to what, P5? with that 6-second penalty.
If it had to end right now, what is that? 2, 4. Yeah,
P4.
he'd go down to P4 or P5.
Yeah.
So he really needs to extend that gap as much as he can, even if he can't get it up to the 6-second mark. Get it as high as possible.
Try and keep it on the podium.
Venom from Afrodox, that gap still just 0.4 of a second, so Venom not really being able to get away. I'm seeing 15 viewers on the stream and just the 2 likes on the channel. So guys, hit a thumbs up. Just so I know my commentary is not too bad. Venom still leads, but I think at this point Afrodox, he'll see those penalties and he'll know he doesn't really have to engage. Third place a little bit further back, so Afrodox does have breathing space. And Fergie there, crucially, no penalties.
Yeah, I think those penalties are going to cause disaster for Venom at the end. The way it looks now.
Seems like Afrodox has got past. He's got past on DRS before the chicane. Afrodox leads the race, but for how much longer? Because Venom will come back at him. He's going to get DRS and come back at him. And there we go. We got quite a few likes. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. There we go.
How are the guys fighting at the back? Oh, I see we have Langnoi, I think, who is ghosted at the back. I don't think he would usually be racing at the back. He is also pretty quick.
Battles away from the front. Closest we've got on track is the 1 second gap between Andre and Ulrich. Those 2 are teammates, so I don't know if we're going to see any battling from them. And then we've got Nam Assassin.
They'll just try and drag each other along at this point.
Just trying to get into 11th place. Patman is ghosting, so I wonder. That's not Patman, sorry, that's Longnai. He's ghosting, so. And he's 30 seconds adrift, so it looks like he's been ghosting for quite some time. DRS activated. Oh, how did that work? Seems like Venom got past him just after the activation point, because Venom was in front of him for the duration of the straight, and he happened to get DRS as well. That gap just half a second. Nowhere near the 6 seconds it needs to be. So if we just bring up gap from leader. There's your confirmation. That means Venom will be in 5th place.
Yeah, he's going to need to...
Cheddar has a big enough gap to cancel out his penalties. Visor also shouldn't lose any places. But we will have a change. No, we won't. Snam Assassin has 8 seconds worth of penalties. So I think the only place that penalties are really gonna mess with the leaderboard is this one right here, the battle for the lead.
Yeah, it looks like that.
But unfortunately, this would be one heck of a race. But the timing screens, the penalties, they're going to be the deciders.
But it'd be the guys that haven't got penalties. I mean, a big ups to them. There's not a lot of them. I think it's pretty much half-half if you look at it. So
absolutely. I mean, it's one of the tracks that is known for track limits. And as I mentioned earlier, these guys have literally had to drive through every driving condition on the game tonight.
Yeah.
Started on wets, went to inters, and now they're having some fun on slicks. Most of the field on softs, 3 drivers on mediums.
And look at Rota, DRS being represented there in P3. So we look at the top 5. Who's scoring the most points here? It looks like it's going to be SKR with 2 guys in the top 5. Well, in the top 7 they got 4 guys, which is impressive.
We had a round in Italy last week, and we're back in Italy this week, and no Ferraris. That's it. Aphrodox wins, and he wins by quite a margin at the end of that. Look at that, almost 9 seconds.
Yeah. And Venom.
Seems like that is the final
Venom
positions.
takes P2.
Venom takes P2. I think he got really lucky at the end there, because it looks like he was going to fall down to P5, but it seems like a lot of the guys just dropped off at the end.
Yeah, and brilliant work from the top 3. We got a SKR man on the top step, we got a JPR man and a DRS man there in P3, and then a SAF man in P4. So all 4 leagues being represented in the top 4.
No, it's good to see 4 leagues in the top 4. Very nicely done. Just waiting now for your final results. But first we're going to see a podium, and look at that. He had a bit of a fall. That's
Aphrodox did a brilliant job to get through the pack again and to claim the win.
There are your podium celebrations, and they're followed by your leaderboard. Obviously, Aphrodox won that race. And look at that, it's raining again in the background. Wish it had been a 100% race. Aphrodox won the race from Venom. Obviously, penalties coming into play at the end there. Rota finished 3rd, Cheddar 4th. Then we have a smattering of pink cars. Andre 5th, Ulrich 6th, Visor in 7th, Fergie 8th, Atmagozi getting some points, 9th place, Patman in 10th. And then outside the top 10, we have Namassassin, Nochumi, Langnai, and Pampun. Pampun did not finish the race, correction.
Yeah.
That was a DNF, Ultra Gamer DNF, Top Gun DNF, Buffelsfontein and Bosveld. Very early on in the race. They did not set race laps. Thank you to everyone who has joined us. I'm actually seeing now the most viewers right at the end. So that's the drivers jumping onto the stream. So thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. It was a fantastic race, great qualifying session, and then the race itself gave us all the weather that it could. Shane, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. That was brilliant. Like I said, great to see all 4 leagues being represented in the top 4 there. And yeah, hope everyone enjoys the evening. Thanks.
And obviously the championship results will be released in time. And we'll see you next week for the League v League. And if I'm not mistaken, when is JPR this week, Shane? Is it on Thursday?
I cannot confirm yet.
Okay, we cannot confirm the date for the next round of JPR, but it'll be sometime towards the end of the week. Join us then.
Thursday or Friday, yeah.
Thursday or Friday. But links will get sent out, and you can join the stream. And yeah, we'll see you then. Cheers, guys.